The Union Experience Taste Radio on Lit Live.
What up, y'all? It's the Union Experience Taste on Lit Live. I'm your guy, Rel Holla.
You already know the voice of listener's choice, DJ Damage. What's going on?
And we got a special guest, my guy, comedian, voiceover actor, all that. You already know, doing this thing, not just in the United States, but around the world, because I think he even went overseas to do his thing, which is kind of unheard of for comedians out here. You feel me? Nah, my guy, Rashad Bashir.
What up,
dude?
Yo, glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yo, listen, man, I had to get you here. Because you, we got history, right?
Yes.
We go back, and I've watched the progression of your stand-up, and it's crazy.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
No doubt.
It's been a rough one. I've been doing stand-up 14 years. So, I performed with comedians that performed on Def Jam, Comedy Central, Netflix.
Wow.
I'm meeting the comedians that I grew up watching. I'm performing with the comedians I grew up watching. Which is just like crazy to me right now.
Right.
Have you ever met one of, let's say, I don't want to say an idol, it shouldn't be an idol, but somebody that you admire or looked up to and they was an asshole, and you was like, damn, I'm mad I met this person?
I can only say the one that was a little indifferent to me, it was Paul Mooney.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? But people told me he didn't like to be like approached or have his name called out like, oh, Paul Mooney, and he's like, oh, you niggas. I was like, oh, and it kind of threw me a little bit. So I was like, nope, never doing that again.
Okay.
Right.
But I guess it was just that one time that happened. Other time I met Chris Rock, and again, people tell me like, Chris, he not really up with meeting new people. If he don't know you like that, he ain't going, like, hey, how you doing? He's like, hey.
His reception is kind of off.
Yeah. So, but they told me that's who he is. So, I just had to accept it like that.
Right.
So.
I mean, which is crazy though, because what you get from Chris Rock, he's not really like Hollywood. Like, he's very humble.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess it's kind of weird that he would be a little, like
standoffish
in a way.
Yeah.
You think?
Well, he's from Brooklyn though too, so
Yeah.
That's the problem. See, that's the problem right there. That's where it starts.
Leave us alone.
No, because he's in
My
Brooklyn
man
doing
Price,
nothing.
leave us alone.
Yeah, like we got this Harlem Brooklyn thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, so I'll be getting on it.
Well, I'm from Harlem, but I live in Brooklyn.
I don't know why you did that.
She made me do it. The wife made me do it. That's what happens. It's called love. That's what it is.
Exactly, black love, baby. Hey, so look, take us back to the beginning. How did you get started in comedy?
Oh man, I was a theater kid, and I just loved like the funny roles. And
Right.
In school, I always saw that the funny person was the one that got all the respect, and they were popular. People always wanted them around. I wasn't that kid everybody wanted around. And I saw like a lot of the funny guys was the one that people liked having around. So I was like, I got to be like that. And then when I was doing acting, and they had like, we did improv, I was always acting silly. I had a lot of energy.
Okay.
So when we did a couple of plays, like I think it was like 2004, 2005, there was like a role that I was going for that had like a little comedy in it. And I was like, nah, I'm going for that.
Right.
I'm going for that. So so I went, I got it, and I was like, yo, I want to try it. I want to try it. Then in 2004, February 2004, I did my first stand-up set. It was like 17 minutes.
Wow.
And I was just going, I ain't know what I was doing.
Is that a long set, 17 minutes?
Yeah.
Some places, they only give you 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Some places, they only give you like 3.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Like, you gotta be hot. You gotta be funny. Like,
Okay.
But I did like 17 minutes. It's like 2004. This is when like Ludacris came out with the song Stand Up. So I was like, I was riffing off of that. I was doing impersonations of the teachers at my school.
Right.
I did impersonations of the principal, and the class was just eating it up. Like we in the auditorium, and they're going crazy.
Right.
And I was like, I caught the bug. And then a year later, I tried to do it again in front of the entire student body, and that didn't go over well.
You bombed.
Yeah.
That was your first bomb.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, I don't like this. This is shit. I don't like. I don't like that.
Well, I heard you're not official until you bomb.
Right. You know, bombing is a part of the process.
Right.
Just like, you know, you got to crawl before you walk.
Right.
You got to make a lot of mistakes before you can get it right.
Right.
And when you first starting out in comedy, you think bombing is bad because you want to be funny. And if you're not funny, you like, damn, they're going to hate me. No, that's just part of the art.
It's the process.
Right, it's the process. Just like, you know, just like with any art form.
Right.
You got to be able to test the waters. People ain't going to like it.
You got to take your wins with your losses, man.
Right.
You're going to make a bad song. You're a rapper.
Right.
You might make a bad album.
Right.
might
Look
happen.
at Drake. All right, so I mean, I'm just
Shots
we
fired.
not.
Oh.
Woo! Rest
They
in
not
peace
like
to
us.
BBL
They not
Trizzy.
like us.
They not like us.
No.
They not like us. But yeah,
Oh man.
after I got comfortable, like a couple of years later, after I got comfortable with who I was on stage, I had a lot of good stage presence because I was an actor.
Okay.
Once I got comfortable with that, I started developing my material a lot better. And I started going to like different shows. Like we got like an urban scene, that's the black scene, and then we got the mainstream scene. That's like the we call that the white scene, you know, mainstream. And a lot of comedians want to go to the mainstream side because that's where all the opportunity is.
Okay.
But I'm like, there's also opportunity on the black circuit.
Right.
You know, and you know that's. You know, me having my, you know, knowledge now, you know, white ain't always right. You know, I can, you know, I don't want to call it the urban scene or the mainstream. I want to call it black stream. So black stream, I can do my material in front of a black audience, be creative as if I was in front of a white audience.
Right.
And still be me.
And still be you, right?
Right.
Because I think that is delicate to be a black performer in front of a white audience. Do you have to be selective of your words? Like, you know, do you watch what you say? I know some comedians that, you know, some great comedians that in front of a white audience, they let the N-bomb go.
Yeah.
Let the MF go. They go crazy. Like you said, they be themselves.
Right.
So do you feel like you need to be selective with your word choice? Or like when you write in your set?
Yeah. Sometimes, like if I try to cater some of my jokes to a white audience that I may do for a black audience. I may switch up some references, but it's still the same.
Right.
It's just the same thing with an explicit album and the radio version.
Okay.
So you're just substituting things out so you can put it on the radio,
Right.
but you still got the explicit version to it as well.
You. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Well, listen, hold on. Don't go nowhere. We're going to be back more with my guy Rashad in the building. It's Rel Holla. It's DJ Damage. It's the Union Experience Taste on Lit Live.
Yeah.
Don't go nowhere. What up, y'all? We are back. It's the Union Experience Taste on Lit Live. I'm your guy, Rel Holla. We got DJ Damage here. And you already know we got comedian Rashad Bashir in the building. This is what a doozy. We here. Listen, so, you know, you were saying how that situation that happened with Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because that's one of your best impressions.
Yes. Yeah, I do a lot of impressions. That impression, I wasn't even thinking it was going to take off.
Right.
So I, like during the pandemic, we was all on IG Live and Facebook Live. So my guy, shout out to Tino, the IG bum. He was doing this thing called Quarantino, interviews with Quarantino.
Right.
Yeah, so we was talking about all the impressions that I could do, and he was talking about, he's like, do you do Paul Mooney? And I was like, I saved my Paul Mooney for audiences, like black audiences, or audiences, period, like 40 and up, mostly black audiences.
Right.
So if they like 40 and up, they gonna know.
They're going to understand it.
They're gonna understand it. Right. So I started doing the impression there. And then after that, I did an impression of Paul Mooney being interviewed by DJ Vlad.
Oh, man.
From Vlad, that's it. So I want you to close your eyes right now. Just act like you on the Vlad show. All right, this is Vlad TV. Here we go. Well, all right. We've got Rel Holla, and we've got DJ Drastic. It's good to have you here, guys. This is wonderful. It's a little hot in here, and let's just get right into it. We are here at the Union Experience, and this is really awesome. And I'm just very excited to have you guys here. So tell me you guys' story. Let's start there.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yo, how do you listen to the person you're impersonating? Like, do you almost become obsessed with their voice and their character, their personality, to be able to almost to manipulate the speech?
There has to be like something like really that attaches me to them. Like something about them just makes me kind of like laugh on the inside, and I'm like, yo, I could do that.
Right.
I could do that. Like Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. You and your man. What's your man's name?
They kind of look like Stephen A. Smith
No, but
too.
you gotta see.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
You gotta see. This, he does Stephen A. Smith, and his man plays Shannon Sharp.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yo.
So, shout out to my guy Idris Live, man.
Yo.
Shout out to Idris.
Yo,
So,
Bro,
Yo,
when
shout
you
out to
follow
Shannon.
him, or when y'all make sure
and
Right.
people,
Make sure y'all
promise you.
follow the brother.
they call me Stephen A. in the street. Like
that's crazy.
I
gotta
know
see
people don't follow me and watch it. They be like, "Yo, Stephen A." And I'm like, "If you're not coming to the Union Experience, you got to stay off the weed."
Yo, bro.
I'm just saying. I just want Rel to know. I respect you, bro. I respect you, bro.
And you look like Stephen A. too, bro. I ain't going.
But here's the crazy
That
part.
is crazy.
Here's the crazy part. Y'all had Rosenberg. Rosenberg,
Yeah.
Shout
he
out to
could
Rosenberg.
not. He could
okay.
not hold it. Like he was on there with them.
Yo.
He could not.
Yo.
You could see he was trying to like keep his
He was
composure.
trying to hold together.
Bro,
Yeah.
he could not.
Yo,
he
that's
could not.
crazy.
The one that took off that surprised the hell out of me, Marbury. Stephon Marbury.
Shout out to
He's
Marbury.
in China.
He's in China. He's a god out
He's 12 hours away.
there. Yeah.
My man E just hit me up. He was like, "Yo, Stephon want to do the interview." I was like, "All right, cool. Just let me know what time." He's like, "Now." I'm like, "Nigga, I'm just waking up. Like,
Right.
it's 8 o'clock in the morning."
Right.
And I gotta go to work. So I text my manager. I was like, "Hey, I got this really big interview. I'm coming in late." And they were like, "All
They
right."
already know what
They
you do.
they already know what I do.
Right.
So we're doing the interview with Marbury. This is blowing my mind. This Stephon Marbury. We talking
Right.
about
Right.
Coney Island heavy.
Coney Island legend, bro.
New York Knicks.
Right.
New York Knicks, Timberwolves, New Jersey Nets. Nigga, the New Jersey Nets.
Right.
Brooklyn.
The Phoenix Suns. Bro. Okay.
My bad. Once again. But now continue.
The Phoenix Suns, bro, like, and he's just there because he don't mess with Stephen A. like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So the whole time I'm Stephen A. talking to Stephon. He said, "Brother, I know we got our history, but I don't want that to affect us right now." And he's like, "Nah, Stephen A. I like this version of Stephen A. better." I was like,
Right.
That's crazy.
I was like,
That's
yo.
That's
That's
great.
dope.
Like
That's
the person impersonating Stephen A. Smith could get an interview with somebody that Stephen A. Smith can't get.
Bro,
an interview
Yeah,
with.
that's
was-
dope.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's
the
super dope.
highlight. And then after that, we started getting followed by like athletes, like different NFL players,
That's crazy.
like college basketball players.
Y'all about to give Cam and Mason a run for their money.
know. Shout out
That's
to
my
Cam.
next. Shout out to Cam
Shout out
and
to May.
Mace.
Shout out to Harlem.
Hold
Shout
on.
out to
I might-
Harlem.
Let's talk about
I
that.
might have
Can
to-
we talk about that?
Hold on. I
Shout
might
out
have to do
Harlem.
the Mace impression.
You might
I
have
might
to.
have to do that. I'm just saying.
I gotta hear this.
Oh man.
Let him know if he's good or not, bro.
All right.
There you go, Damage, with that cool. You don't understand. I used to get called Mace back in the day.
Mason Bethel, Murder
You
Mace.
already.
See, because what y'all niggas ain't understanding right now. Yo, this is my man 50 grand right here.
Yo, it's crazy. He just does it off the rip.
Yo, it's just
Jump
there.
into character.
I just get right in. Like my latest one I started doing was Terrence Howard.
Yo.
Terrence,
Get the fuck out of there. Terrence Howard?
because Terrence, if you listen to Terrence Howard,
Yo.
he always sound like he's scared or like he's struggling to hold something up. Like he always, what I need you guys to do is go to check out the Union Experience podcast and give them a follow. Because I know I'm speaking because it's another light-skinned brother in here laughing. And we need
That's really what
Yo,
you do.
shout out to Terrence. Yo,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo.
So do you feel like you need a I feel like would you do like more like John Leguizamo when he did like his hour special, but he was like all these different characters.
Oh.
Do you feel like you would do more of like a 1 hour special like that, or you just going to do, or would you do a straight stand up?
I would do straight stand-up because like there's great impressionists. Shout out to Godfrey, Ari Spears, Jay Farrell, and my guy C. King.
Right.
Off of
Yeah,
Wildin'
I know
Out.
C. Yeah.
That does the Denzel impression.
Yeah.
Me and him, we like brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, shout out to Affion Crockett too.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a dope
fact.
dude.
Yeah.
Godfrey, he said something on his podcast. Shout out to the in Godfrey We Trust podcast. He said you don't want to do too many impressions because it's going to cheapen your act if you're a stand-up. You know, you want to save the impressions for when, you know, you want to like tell a story. Like me, I got jokes. I write jokes. So, you know, I could be multifaceted. I could do voices. I could do sound effects. I do act outs because I'm physical, and I could just do regular jokes there. So I basically got pretty much the total package.
All of the package, right.
When it comes to that. So like I'll throw out an impression a little bit, like if I'm talking about Family Feud and he's like, oh, what does Steve Harvey think? Hey, what your ass say? See what your ass ain't gonna do is just stand there and act like my ass is crazy. Okay, service said you need to get your ass down to the Union Experience. All right?
Right.
Don't make me tell your ass again. You ain't gonna do this right here. Okay? And you gotta hit him with one of these right here with the hands. Okay?
With them fingers,
you got a seat, okay? Don't think you just whooped my ass. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Nah, that's dope. It gotta make sense when you're doing
It gotta make sense when you're
make
going.
sense,
If there's like a, you know, you starting here but you want to get there and you want to use your voices to get there. How are you gonna put them in order to get there? How are you gonna tell a story of the journey that they're going on?
You gotta set it up.
You gotta set it up.
Let me ask you, how do you feel about social media comedians?
Shout out to the social media comedians, influencers. All right,
because some of them really are given, you know, I don't know. I guess it's different from being in front, you know, holding a cell phone or a camera versus like you standing in front of a crowd of 100, 200, 300
Let me
people.
tell you something. Standing in front of the crowd.
I think that's
way
that's
different.
I
different.
did it.
Yeah, that's way different. That's a way different pressure. How do you feel about social media?
So I look at it as, you know, comedy has branches.
Right.
Comedy is, so when you think of comedy, you don't just think stand-up. You think everything. You think like
Movies,
shows,
sitcoms.
You think like comedy, comedic poetry, comedic rapping, sketch comedy, improvisation, and then there's stand-up, and there's also dance comedy, where dancers dance, but they do it in a comedic way. So comedy is a branch. Comedy is a tree. Excuse me. Comedy is a tree, but it has different branches. That's what it is.
Okay.
So comedy is a tree, and it has different branches. You can You can like I said, you got stand-up comedy, you got IG comedy, you got sketch comedy. You have improvisation. There's so many avenues.
Right.
When it comes to comedy, it's just comedy is a tree and it's got its branches. I'm just on the stand-up branch. Now the IG comedy branch,
which I feel like you got some of that too, though.
I got now.
Right.
I got it because
I think that the social media. And I interrupted your train of thought. Cause I want you to explain that. I think it's more of like skits.
Yes.
You say that.
Yes.
Like, yo, we gonna like I seen one skit that this dude was like they had a school bus. I don't know how the hell they got the school bus, and it was a little midget. Respectfully, and the dude yoked them up,
Little person.
and they thought a little person, and they thought it was like a kid, and it was people really walking down the street really about to beat the guy up because they thought he was beating up the kid. So it's like all skits. Then you gotta let people know like, yo, it's only a skit. It's only a skit.
Yeah. See, there's a difference where with stand-up comedy, you're always in the moment. But now I'm seeing these IG sketches. They are also in the moment as well. They got one shot to do it. They can't start over. If they mess up, they got to roll with the punches, keep going. Same thing in stand-up.
You think so?
But in some instances, not in all instances, because I see a lot of these sketches that they're doing, and I'm like,
to make it more genuine.
Right. They just do it.
You gotta do it in one take.
You got to do it in one take.
Right.
In stand-up, it's not that. It's you and the audience, and there's an energy. There's a relationship almost.
Right.
How y'all doing?
Right.
If y'all feeling good, I'm feeling good.
Right. Eye contact.
Right. Eye contact. You got to look at everybody.
Right.
And stand-up comedy is like gospel. You ever go to church? The pastor's there. He's delivering the word to the congregation, and they saying amen, hallelujah. Same thing with a stand-up comedian. We're the pastors. We're giving the gospel from our joke book, and people are saying hallelujah with their laughs.
That's call and response, right?
That's call it right there. Boom. It's like God is good all the time. God is good. That's those little small tricks.
Right.
So with stand-up, it's just you and the crowd. It's just y'all. With sketches, you got a group. You be like, all right, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. In stand-up, sometimes you got a routine. You like, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. You walk out there, you try to deliver those jokes, and they not biting. Now what do you do?
What do you do? Right.
Now what do you do?
Right.
So you got to, in comedy, you got to be able to read the situation before you get up on stage. Are they laughing at jokes? Do I go in with crowd work?
Right.
Who's talking? Do I notice somebody talking
The guy getting up to go to the restroom, do you snap on him?
Right.
His outfit is looking crazy.
Are you coming? So only time I like to really get on people is if they come 45 minutes late.
Oh wow.
You knew what time the show started.
Right.
You knew what time the show, and you picked that outfit. Come on, you had so much time to get your stuff together.
Right.
So there's different aspects with that, and for me, it's way more fun because I get to be personable with them. I get to show them me, and they get to see themselves in me when I talk about certain things. So they be like, "Oh I know what you're talking about," and they be like, "Yo, that's so funny if you're hitting the right topics." Right. So that's the difference between stand-up comedy and the skits.
Does that make it does that make it for a good host to loosen up the crowd?
Yes.
Right. To get the crowd when the first comedian comes out,
right,
it's almost like he softened up the crowd for them.
Yeah, because the host of the comedy show is the maestro, or they're like the captain of the ship. Mm-hmm. I got to get it going, and I gotta be able to get the crowd on the right frequency to listen to comedy. If the host ain't good, the show ain't gonna be that good.
Right.
Unless there's a comic that goes up and rehosts the room.
Right.
But that's not their job. They came there to tell their jokes, make the crowd laugh, get off, give out their information.
Right.
As the host, I got to get back up there and keep getting that crowd back up.
Keep setting the tone.
Keep setting the tone just in case a comedian doesn't do that well.
Right.
So if the comedian doesn't do that well, I gotta
You
go.
actually come out behind him and might snap on him. You
got
ever did that and then make the crowd laugh at him, like kind of?
Yeah, I do that a lot.
In a good,
in a
what I
good
mean?
way. In a good way.
He said a lot. He does it all the time. A lot means he does it all the time.
Like you be like this motherfucker right here. You know what I mean? Like you just snap on him and then make people laugh to bring the mood back.
Right. What I do is I acknowledge the elephant in the room.
Right.
If the joke didn't land and he said something like crazy, I gotta go and joke about that and make the crowd laugh off of that because your joke didn't work, but you stuck to it and you was like, well, and they were like, what? Now I gotta go and address that to the audience to get them laughing again, and just to keep just to be like, all right, the show is gonna get better after that.
So wait, so has it been times that people that, because I know you throw in your own shows.
Yep.
Has it been people that you booked that you thought was like, yo?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
And they came in there and sunk the shit?
Plenty of times. Like, all right, so I got into the New York Comedy Festival last year, November. That's the biggest comedy festival on the East Coast.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I just reapplied to put my show back in this year. So I pray that I get it, but I know I'm going to get it. So I booked my man. I ain't going to say his name.
Yeah, I ain't
going to say his name.
We ain't going to drop bombs on him.
He's been on everything. Wildin' Out. He's been on Real Husbands of Hollywood. He's Netflix stuff. Show's going great. House packed. All the comedians on the lineup do good. It's his time to close. I was like, all right, cool. And he goes up. Started off good. So usually when they get a big laugh, I leave the room. So because I'm like, they're good. I ain't gotta do nothing. But after a while, I didn't hear nobody laughing. I'm like, what's going on?
And he's the headliner.
He's the closer.
Ooh.
So it's room packed full of people.
Spooky.
Almost 100 people
quiet.
packed in tight. And I'm here. I'm like, yo, what's supposed to be here and laugh? So I go in and I check, and he's like trying to crowd work, and he's crowd working with one person, but he's it ain't hitting. Like he got pockets of laughs, but not the laughs that I was expecting him to usually get.
Right.
So it happens.
He had an off day.
And that's the headliner. So imagine like
he went up
opening
there
acts.
and his field goal percentage wasn't.
Yeah, so
it's a bad day.
It's like your first time going to go see Steph Curry, right? You know, the Warriors playing the Knicks. You like, yo, let's go to the game. Yo, Steph going to drop 40.
Right.
And he only do 12.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
but you heard so much about him.
Right. You seen him.
You seen
him shoot from half court.
Yeah.
Right. You see shooting from the tunnel.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like, so I didn't, when I saw that, I was like, okay, it was a bad night. It happens to all of us. But me as the host, after he got off, I went up there and I did a little bit more. I didn't
just end the show.
I didn't just end the show.
You was just like,
I wanted to end the show on a big bang.
Right.
Oh, perfect example. This dude, he booked me for his theater show. He did a show at this spot called the Triad Theater.
Okay.
And
I'll be nervous off a Triad alone.
Right. So I'm there. I'm hosted. This dude, he did like 45 minutes talking about his junk.
Yo,
he did 45 minutes.
That's wild.
The rest of the show was good. These people paid money to come see him. He did 45 minutes talking about his dick.
Wow.
I'm like,
pause.
No Diddy. No, yeah.
That's wild.
Yo,
that's crazy.
That's wild.
The whole time about his manhood. And I'm looking, and people are like, they paid their money for him to do this for 45 minutes,
it's
and
crazy.
He barely got any laughs. So after that happened, I go up, and I do like another 6 to 10 minutes of just straight fire.
Right.
Because I was like, I'm not going to let this show end like that.
Right.
And after I got off, they was like, bro, you saved that show.
Yeah.
You saved that show. So, yeah, it's been plenty of times
I hosted a comedy show. I'm not going to say the person's name.
I probably know who it is.
I'm just, he looked like the Penguin. That's all I'm going to say. You might know who I'm talking about. He's been doing this thing for a very long time. He's like Italian or something like that.
I don't know.
He's from out here too. He's from Brooklyn, I think. But I'm gonna tell you. So I hosted the comedy show, right? And he went up there, and he was bombing. So once he started bombing and people's not laughing, he tried to cook me. Right?
Yeah.
He tried to cook me.
Yeah.
There was another person there. Now I'm gonna say this person's name because he did it. Barry White or Barry Ribs.
Barry Ribs. Shout out to
Don't
Barry
say Barry
Ribs.
White.
Barry Ribs. I confused the name with the other person.
My God, Barry.
I confused the name with the other person.
Right.
With the other person.
Right.
So Barry Ribs comes up there, and Barry Ribs cooks him for me.
Got you. Because you couldn't really defend yourself
But
like that.
right.
But he peeped the move he did.
Right.
He was like, nah, that's some sucker shit.
Right.
Let me go take care.
So
of that.
Barry Ribs cooked him
Got you.
for me.
Yeah. That was.
And then Rob Stapleton, he was the closer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This was upstate.
Okay.
Up in Middletown. But yeah, so I experienced that where somebody that I've seen him other times, he kills it.
Right.
And just this time, he just wasn't, so he just tried to find an outlet real quick.
Yeah,
like,
he was trying to smoke you real
let me
quick.
get the host.
Yeah. It's
So I've
all good.
witnessed that. I've
Casualties
seen
in
that.
war, man. It's casualties in war.
Casualties of war, man.
You know what I mean?
Tried to
Let
cook
me
it.
ask you, have you is it strategic of comedians to use the microphone as a prop? Like I noticed like you might have a stool with maybe a drink on it or a stand and a microphone. Is that like
Mike
strategic?
Epps does that a lot.
Like some comedians go out there and it's just the mic stand, the mic. Or you'll have a stool and a drink on top of the stool. I just always wanted to know.
Or like what's the
like the way the set, like the stage is set. Like is that on purpose or is that something that the production do?
Absolutely, that is depending on whose show it is.
Right.
That's a perfect.
Like if it's a big show, yeah, perfect example. Mike Epps, he's gonna want a stool, he's gonna want a mic stand, and he's gonna do whatever with the mic stand.
Because then when y'all getting into it, y'all
he
take the
always
mic
doing
and
stuff
then you'll
like-
put the mic stand over here, and then now you start pacing back and forth.
Right.
And then you'll come back for your mic stand, and then like Kevin
know how-
Hart,
you know-
like
Yes.
Kevin Hart did. When he was telling a joke about his pops
Yeah.
going through the auditorium.
Yeah.
And he did the pause.
Oh, yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think that was clever because he used the microphone as a prop to get people to imagine what he was saying.
Because
Right.
you couldn't forget it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that shit, like, it literally stands out.
But I've seen him do that.
Use the microphone as a prop.
Yeah, I do it all
yeah.
the time. Yeah, that's as comedians, we're telling a story, we're giving you a visual of what's happening. That's what the act out is. So with the act out, we gotta turn that microphone into something else. A cell phone, like bike handles. We gotta use our imagination.
Right.
This comedian, he was telling a joke about being a zombie, and he was laying on the wall, and he said, your arm fall off, and he dropped the mic out of his hand, like his hand fell off.
Right,
I thought that was genius.
It was clever.
Right.
That was clever. So
Yeah.
we gotta make you see everything and use the mic, because that's all we have.
Right.
It's just us, the microphone. If we got a stool, we got to make you see it.
Right.
And when you see it, you're like, yo, that's funny.
Yeah, it is. It is.
'Cause
I
I do
always
it-
wanted to know that.
Yeah, I do a joke where, I talk about being on the subway, and, if I wasn't a comedian, I'd be a dancer, because,
he does.
so,
Want to swing it from the rails and all that?
yeah, the subway dancers, right?
Oh, man.
So,
Crazy.
because sometimes, the reason why they dance so good, because they don't perform in a studio with a mirror. No, they wait till it's rush hour and 97 people are on the train, and they can't walk around them. They got to pop lock their way through the crowd, and I'm like pop locking, and I'm hitting myself with the mic like I'm bumping into people.
Right.
Yo,
okay.
that-
So all you hear is
hilarious.
scoop,
Yeah.
excuse
That's
me.
dope.
And it's just like people like, and I did that joke. I did that act out for like 2 minutes straight, which is a really
long time.
Yeah. So that's what we call milking an act out.
Because you're getting a reaction, though.
Right.
So
And
you want to really stretch that reaction.
I want to stretch that reaction out. And then I went one way. I said something to somebody in the audience that I said earlier. They laughed, and then I went the other way.
Got you.
And then it just kept going. And then when I stopped, people just like started slowly giving me an applause, and I was like, okay, that one stayed. That one going in the book.
Right. No
that
doubt.
one going in the special.
That's
So you went to, was it Thailand?
Indonesia. Oh.
Now, this is, because that's, now to me, this is crazy. Because it's one thing, right? Like, it's one thing like a Kevin Hart, right? He's on Netflix. He's doing these, or Dave Chappelle, right?
Right.
And they have these specials, HBO, Netflix, all this stuff.
Right.
And to go to other countries, I feel like these other countries, right, it's to be expected, right? Like,
Correct.
they know. So you, right, going to Indonesia, like, and I watched
crazy.
the clips, and he's killing it.
Right.
How did you prepare for that, though? Like, how do you prepare?
I didn't. I'm gonna be dead honest. I did not.
Because you said something about, he said something about, he started talking the language, and he said, I forgot where you said, y'all thought I was from here, huh? And did it.
Okay.
And I guess where that is, it's like.
It's a lot of black people. So, and so the main question when I came back, people asked me, yo, they got black people in Indonesia? I was like, yes, they do. They're from a province in Indonesia called Papua. They black, they look just like us. They dark-skinned, wide-nosed hair. These are like the same indigenous people that are in Australia. Because like Australians, they go to Indonesia because they so close. So they're from a province called Papua, and specifically Papua New Guinea. If you ever heard of where that is, right? So
I ain't hear about it till you said it.
Right.
I
So
never heard
I'm there. I'm researching. I'm like looking stuff up, and I read something that there are tribes in Papua New Guinea, tribes of these indigenous people that are cannibalist. So they eat people.
Eat people, right?
Right. So I go to a show, and they looking at me, and they're kind of like worried, and they're like, and I had to look at them and say, yo, I'm not from Papua. And they're like, oh. And when I said that, it just started, it was like,
They went crazy.
They were going crazy.
Right.
Because I'm like, I'm not from Papua, and they're just like picking chairs up. He said he's not from Papua.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, that's something
Right.
that I can take with me from city to city.
Right.
No doubt.
And each time I went to a city, I said, that's going to be what I say last.
Yeah.
Because every time I went to a city and they was laughing, and I said, before you go.
Oh, so you went to more than one place in Indonesia?
Yeah, we did a 5-city tour.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
That's
man.
big.
But in each city, their local dialect is different.
Right.
So from whatever city we was in last, I couldn't say what I was saying from the last city because their local dialect is like
It's different. It's like Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans.
Right.
It's all Spanish, but it's different dialect.
right, like the West Indians, like the
Jamaicans, Trinidadians,
Right.
Guyanese, Bajans. It's all the West Indians, but it's different.
But it's different. But they all identify with being Caribbean.
Correct.
Right.
So that's what it was.
Right.
That's crazy. So let me ask you, what in the next 5 years,
Yeah.
what would you like to happen? Like with all the work and all the stuff that you're doing and all the work you're putting in, what is like the next goal for you?
Definitely, I have my 1 hour special streaming either on Hulu, Netflix, Peacock, anywhere anybody can see it. I actually have my first stand-up set on Tubi called
Nice.
Joker's Wild Comedy Series.
That's dope.
So check that out, Jokers with a Z, Joker's Wild Comedy Series. I'm on episode 1. I'm the third comedian in. That right there, when I watched it, I said, I gotta get another. I gotta do an hour.
Right.
And I'm currently like right now putting my hours set together. So when I go to a place that I want to film it, it's edited right. Even I practiced it more than once.
Right.
So when I go and I film it, I'm like, all right, Netflix, this is what I got. I done toured in Indonesia. I did 2 years back to back there. They actually want me to shoot my comedy special in Indonesia.
Do you negotiate your own contracts and
Well,
your
I was
own?
going to ask for our tickets though. So
Right. No, that's in the bag. That ain't the bag. What you asking that for?
Don't worry
You're
about
supposed
that.
to know
Don't worry.
that.
nah, but then now we got to fly to Indonesia.
Yeah.
It's 23 hours, bro. It's 23 hours. It was 17 hours into Japan, and then we had like a 7-hour layover in Japan, and then it was another 8 hours from there.
Wow.
Like 6 to 8 hours from there.
Can you stay on the plane for that long?
I'll get a little restless after maybe 3.
Yeah. It's. Whew.
I'm gonna take something to put me to
I
sleep
start pacing
the
back and
whole
forth.
time.
Yeah, they got liquor pretty much.
Right.
That's
Oh,
it.
that's the thing. You can't really like drink liquor openly in Indonesia because it's a Muslim country.
No, but I'm talking about on the plane.
on the plane.
Oh, on the plane. Oh yeah, plane. You
Oh,
good?
but as you
Yeah,
when
I
you
need
touch down,
I need something to keep
Yeah,
put
no.
me to sleep or like not have my mind thinking about I'm on
you
a
need some drugs.
17-hour
You need drugs.
plane.
Yeah. You need drugs. Yeah.
I'm smoking and everything.
Yo,
I'm
you
taking
can't-
an edible.
Yeah. You better take it on the plane because if you land in Indonesia, they take you to jail for that.
Oh,
wow.
because high like coming.
You ever
Well,
seen that show?
no, not if you high, but if you have it.
You ever
on
seen that show Locked Up Abroad?
Yeah, I don't want to do
You don't
that.
want to get locked up. after.
You
don't wanna
wanna
do that.
No, I want to
You don't
take
wanna do
that. No, I want to take the edible. I want
You
to
gotta
take.
take it on the plane. Take his
No,
advice.
before we go, I'm taking it before I go in the airport.
All right, so you
So I'm walking in the airport, bang, go through TSA, go
Feeling
chill.
nice.
So by the time it kick in,
time you get to the gate.
I'm already on the plane. Like,
You better not be
Wait.
sitting
Wait,
next to nobody.
how was Martin in Bad Boys 2? He was like, Captain. Blue.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I want to be.
Yeah.
That's how I want
We
to
gotta go talk to Vargas and Reyes said that. Hey down for whatever. This is a nice fish.
That's exactly
That's
what he
crazy.
said, too. That's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. So listen, man, I want you to let everybody know where to find you, where to look you up, your YouTube, whatever you got, Instagram, all that stuff.
So IG R Bashir _comedy. RBASHIR _comedy. That's on IG, YouTube, and TikTok. I have a show, a weekly Friday night show, starting at Comedy in Harlem, the #1 and only black-owned comedy club in Harlem.
117th Street.
Huh?
117th Street?
No, they moved.
Oh, they moved.
They moved to the west side.
Nice.
They on
Yeah, because it was
147th.
tired of going up them little stairs.
Yeah, we on 147th and St. Nicholas Avenue.
Oh, beautiful. I'm up.
Tickets,
I'm there.
we right outside the train station.
I'm there.
So if you on the A train, you go
Oh,
upstairs.
you over there by the fish spot.
Yes. Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
He don't
2
know
blocks
nothing
up.
about him.
No, right. It's no
It's a Harlem.
disrespect.
No disrespect. It's a Harlem thing.
It's all good.
It's a
I'm
Harlem
playing
thing.
my position.
Maybe I take
Because
y'all.
that A train got to come right back through Brooklyn.
Hold on.
Okay.
Believe that.
Maybe I take.
After he make that stop, he gonna
Maybe
turn
I
around and
take
come
all
right
y'all
back.
Brooklyn dudes on a trip one day.
Is that the 24-hour fish spot? The
Nah.
famous?
No.
Oh.
You talking about? You talking about El Porto on 25th?
Oh,
That's what
okay.
he's talking
So
about.
is that
That's-
more,
it's
that's more
called-
Spanish or is it like
No,
soul food?
it's a Dominican spot.
Oh, okay.
El Porto. But the one I'm talking about is a black-owned fish spot. They've been there for
Oh,
centuries.
yeah. Oh,
But
man.
all they do is fry. They don't. It ain't like.
It ain't grilled.
Yeah. No.
Ain't
They
nothing
just-
blackened.
Yeah, they go into that whiting, that catfish.
Throw it in the grease.
That's it. Them
Okay.
French fries.
Nice.
Get busy.
Nice.
Have a field day.
You make me want
Them
to go get
shrimp-
some right now.
That's a fact. Them fried shrimp. Mm-hmm. All right now.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Well, I'll take you on the trip. But
So Comedy in Harlem. My show starts July 19th. It's a 10:30 p.m. show.
Yo, hold on, man.
Yeah.
So my birthday's the 18th. So I got a birthday ticket.
You got a birthday ticket.
I need a plus one. I got to pull up with a joint.
You got.
I got to pull up with a joint.
I can put you on the get. If my tickets don't sell out, I got you on the guest list.
I don't care about your ticket selling. That's my
Make
birthday.
him pay. He gotta pay.
He got no.
Birthday
I might
or
pop
not.
a bottle.
That's
my
the man
birthday.
to talk to, man. He got the comps. You know he got the comps on
I don't
deck.
want the. I want the bottle, but I'm just saying. Let me just walk in. Let me. You know what I mean? Make me look like. You know what I mean?
You know I'm a roaster, right? Like,
Please do.
Yo, Rashad, I might bring a joint with me. You gotta have me looking like spectacular.
No, it ain't going down like that, bro. Nah, I gotta get on it.
You gonna
I
cook
gotta
them.
get on it.
That's
Nah,
crazy.
it's all love.
Don't do me like that.
Yo, man.
But yes, make sure y'all get your tickets. It's on my IG. Link is in my bio. If you want the link to the show, you can DM me and I'll send you the link on how to get tickets. It's the $20 and they 2 for $30. So
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Come on.
yeah,
With inflation, man, we spending $20 on Chinese food, man.
come on, man.
Yo, you better pull up with Bonnie.
Listen, man, I'm there. I'm a support. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna kick it.
I appreciate that,
Got
bro.
you,
It's
brother.
my birthday. Like
Nah,
Thursday's
he
my
can slide.
birthday.
All right, nah, he can slide.
So
he's
Thursday's
he's a
my-
Cancer, so see that C.
Okay,
represent.
okay. Oh,
He's a
all right,
Cancer,
okay.
sir.
Oh, that's why. All
He's a
right,
Cancer,
cool.
So you know how they get.
Cool, yeah.
He ain't gonna let it go.
Red crab.
Yeah.
You already know.
All right,
But yo, Rashad, my guy.
I appreciate you
Thank you
having
for
me,
having.
man.
Thank you for
Appreciate
pulling
you.
up, man.
Thank you.
Taking
Damage,
time
man.
out
Thank you, man.
at
Sure.
your busy
Appreciate it.
schedule, my guy.
Hey, man, I wasn't doing nothing.
You already, whatever.
I wasn't doing
He
nothing.
about to take another flight to Indonesia. You already know.
Bro, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You already know. It's the Union Experience Taste on Lit Live. Rel Holla DJ Damage. Rashad Bashir in the building. Let's go. Y'all stay tuned. Don't go nowhere because we got the second hour up next.
Taste on Lit Live.